Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. When you're hunting for a pool table, the first thing you hear is how tempting the $500-ish budget options look. The problem is those cheap frames often wobble after a few games, the cloth wears out fast, and the pockets start leaking. That's the exact regret that makes anyone pause before pulling the trigger on a purchase you can't return after a night of practice. So the question I'm trying to answer today is whether the Barrington Billiards Premium 8.3-foot tournament pool table feels like a smarter buy, or if it's just another overhyped piece of furniture. Let's start with the space you'll need. The table's playfield measures 88 inches long, which translates to the standard 8-foot tournament size most leagues use. That means you'll need at least a 12 by 16-foot room to swing a cue comfortably without hitting a wall or a lamp. If your basement or rec room barely clears 1012, you'll spend a lot of time adjusting angles or playing with a much tighter stroke. The good news is that Barrington ships the main frame pre-assembled, and the legs fold out like a classic Parlor-style set, so you won't be wrestling with 100 bolts on day one. The levelers are built into the legs, which helps you get a flat surface even on uneven floors, but you'll still need a level and maybe a friend to tighten the nuts just right. Now, why does the playfield matter? This table uses a 25mm engineered wood slab with a 50% wool blend for the cloth. In everyday terms, that means the roll feels smoother than the cheap polyester we see on budget tables, but it isn't the premium 100% wool you'd find on a high-end tournament table that costs several $1,000s. For a family that plays a couple of nights a week, the mix offers a nice balance. The balls glide nicely, you can still apply spin, and the cloth holds up to the occasional spill without fraying. I've seen a few home users report that after a year of regular use, the surface still looks fresh, which is a solid win for a table in this price bracket. The legs are another point worth mentioning. Barrington sticks with the classic balland claw design, which gives the table a timeless look and adds a little extra stability compared to simple metal brackets. The leather drop pockets feel authentic, and they actually collect the balls instead of letting them bounce back onto the playfield. In practice, that means fewer interruptions to scoop balls out of the pockets, especially when you're in the middle of a fast game. However, the leather can get scuffed if you're not careful with heavy cue sticks or if a pet decides to investigate the new treat on the floor. A quick wipe with a damp cloth keeps it looking good, but it's something to be aware of if you have kids who love to touch everything. Let's talk about the accessories that come with the set. The package includes a set of standard billiard balls, a cue rack, and a pair of cues. That's convenient for someone who's just starting out and doesn't want to hunt down each piece separately. The cues are mid-range, not the high-tech carbon fiber models you see on professional tours, but they're balanced enough for casual play and for teaching a newcomer proper technique. If you're an experienced player, you'll likely swap them out for a personal cue soon, but you won't have to spend extra money right out of the gate. One of the hidden trade-offs with a table this size is the weight. The solid wood top rails and apron add a respectable heft, which is great for stability but makes moving the table a two-person job at minimum. If you live in a rental and need to move things around every few months, this could become a hassle. The table also doesn't come with a built-in ball return system, which some people expect on tournament models. You'll need to manually collect the balls after each rack, a minor inconvenience that most home players accept, but it's worth noting if you're looking for a set-and-forget experience. So who should consider buying this Barrington table? If you're a serious hobbyist who already knows the rules, enjoys hosting weekly games, and has a dedicated room that meets the size requirements, this table offers a genuine tournament feel without breaking the bank. It also makes sense for families with kids who want a durable, good-looking table that can survive the occasional dropped cue or spilled drink. The pre-assembled frame and levelers save you from a full-blown installation, and the included accessories let you start playing right away. On the other hand, if you're just looking for occasional tabletop novelty, or you live in a small apartment where the table will dominate the floor plan, you might be better off with a smaller, fold-up option that costs less and can be stored when not in use. Renters who can't put a heavy piece of furniture into the floor without risking damage should also